Today we're going to make our color wheel drawings. So the first thing you're going to do is think, what do you want to turn your color wheel into? And you might want to think, do you want your paper going across the long way? Or do you want to go up and down? It depends on what you're going to make. And then you can trace, there's different circles here that you can trace around to get your circles. And let's say, I think I'm going to do a seal with a giant ball on the end of his nose. Sometimes seals play with balls. So if I'm going to do this, I'm going to hold it down with one hand and go around to move my hand, try and keep it in place. Now there is my circle, and I still have room here if I want to make an animal like a seal balancing it on his nose. I can still do that. So then you can kind of quickly draw out what you want to turn it into. So there's my seal. Here is my color wheel. My color wheel, I need to divide it into 6 equal parts. If you might have talked about in math class about when you divide things into equal parts, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to divide it into 3 parts first. And if I put 3 parts, do you see what letter that kind of makes right there, the white? See what letter that makes? It looks to me like a letter Y. I can also think of these 3 colors. They kind of make a V or a Y shape. So on my paper, I'm going to divide it up. I'm going to try and do as even as I can, try and find the center. If it's not perfect, it's okay. I'm a little off center there, so I'm going to do a V. And if I bring it straight down, that's like a capital letter Y. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to divide these shapes in half. If I divide each of these are called 1/3 because there's 3 of them. If I divide each one into half, how many sections do I get? Okay, you get, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we call one of those pieces would be 1/6. So now I'm going to draw a line through each of my pieces so that when I'm done, I should have 6 pieces. And put your finger on one and count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those are a little bit bigger than the others, but that's okay. I'm not going to worry about that right now. On your paint tray, you will notice you have 3 of these shapes are covered up. That's because of what we were working on last week. If you remember the primary colors, we're going to try and make the primary colors first, and then we're going to mix them together to make the secondary colors. So I don't want you to take the lids off of these right now, because we're going to see how we're going to use what we learned last week about mixing colors to make our color wheel. So notice I got my brush. I'm going round and round and round, so I get lots of paint on my brush. And you can start, it even doesn't matter what circle you start in. Just pick a circle. I outline the edge first, because I'm going to try and keep my paint inside my lines. So there's my first primary color. Now, remember, whenever you switch colors, you have to go swish, swish, and gently wipe, wipe. Don't put your water cup on top of your paper like I am. I'm just doing that so you can see how to do it, so the camera will let you see it. So I'm going round and round and round and round. Now I have to skip a space, okay, because we're doing every other space for our color wheel. Again, it doesn't matter which color goes next. We're just, because it's going to, we can have our starting point any place when we say red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and violet. Then I rinse out my brush. I'm going to go around and around, and I'm going to do my blue next. Oh, I didn't go around enough. I need to go around to get more paint. Now I have my blue. Now, how am I going to get the colors in the middle? Do you remember from last week? So I'm going to take the color on either side, and I'm going to mix it in the middle. What color will I get if I mix blue with yellow? Okay, we're going to see. I'm going to rinse my brush. Rinse, rinse, wipe, wipe. I'm not tapping it. I'm just wiping it gently. So blue is on one side, yellow is on the other side. So those are the colors I use. I'm going to do a color sandwiched here in the middle. A blue and a yellow makes, can you see? That looks like green to me. And I rinse out my brush. And now I'm going to do another color sandwich. What two colors am I going to use? I'm going to use blue and red. Rinse, rinse, rinse. Wipe, wipe, wipe. Blue and red. The blue and red sandwich is going to make purple. Now, if you don't like, I don't like that color purple very well. I'm going to put a little bit more red on it to make it a little bit darker purple. You can do that too if you want. Now I have one last color. What color is this color sandwich going to be? I'm going to mix what two colors? I'm going to mix red with yellow. And I want you to think, what color is it going to turn into? We have one color left. And now I have orange. So there is my color wheel. And then now I can finish coloring my paper.